Like, it's global warming, why is it so cold? Do you have an answer to that?
Well, as an atmospheric science student, I've heard that a lot. But really the thing is whenever it comes to cold weather and global warming, you can't really say that because, we have global warming that it can't be cold, because global warming applies to the climate itself and not really like temperatures that are happening right now. So a lot of people kind of get confused by that just because weather and climate are like two very different things. But yeah, that's a comment that I hear all the time as an atmospheric science student. It can be a little bit, I don't know, annoying sometimes.
Yeah. In other news, Luke Perry had a stroke and he passed away. Did you watch any of his shows?
No, I had heard of, what was it?
90210.
Beverly Hills, 90210, something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like my sisters watched that, but I never did, just because I'm just way too young for that. But
I only know that name because Travis Scott has a song after it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's one of my favorite ones. But he was on, I forgot the show, Riverdale. Yeah, he was on Riverdale, and I saw him on there because I watched like a couple episodes over the summertime because I was like super bored.
Yeah, I've never actually watched Riverdale either, so I've never seen any of his shows.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna work around that.
Yeah, that might be a little tough. I think they're kind of have a little bit of problems trying to write that into the script.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all that we have today.
Mm-hmm.
When you shop local in the heart of the city, you support the people that make our community thrive. The money you spend here stays here, in this place we call our home. Lawrence, Kansas, where there's good old-fashioned hometown pride. Eat local, drink local, shop local.
Hello, I'm Ryan Butler, and I'm here with our guest today, senior track athlete Nicole Montgomery from the KU women's track team. How are you doing, Nicole?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Now I understand you guys are just finishing up your indoor track season. How did that go this year?
It went really well. I recently transitioned to more of a middle distance runner from being a sprinter, and I did the 600 at conference and got third. And overall, I think everyone did a lot of really good performances.
That's great. I hear you guys, we have a team, a DMR team that actually made nationals that you were a part of. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
What is the DMR? Like, what does that consist of?
The DMR basically means distance medley relay, and you have your first leg is a 1,200 meter leg, and then the second leg is the 400, third leg is the 800, and then your last leg is a mile.
Got it. And which leg did you run?
I ran the 400 leg that qualified.
Okay.
But for indoor nationals, I'll be running the 800 leg.
Sounds good. What day do you run at nationals?
We run Friday.
Friday. Is there any kind of qualifying, or is it just one race?
It's just one race, just a final.
Just straight up. Now, you mentioned how you transitioned from sprints to middle distance. When did that kind of take place, and how does that work?
It took place the end of my junior year. I've kind of been begging my coach to put me in the 800 for the past 2 years now, and then he finally was like, okay, fine, you can run the 8. And then this year for training and fall training has been more distance oriented. So I went from doing 25-minute runs to 45-minute runs and mile
20 more
repeats.
minutes of running.
That's
tough.
It was.
Now, are you excited for outdoor season? What kind of events will you be running there?
I'm so excited. I'm definitely going to be focusing more on the 800. Indoor was
Okay.
kind of more of a 6-8, and now I'm going to be mainly focusing on the 8. And I might run a few 4s for speed, but it's definitely going to be an 800 outdoor
Awesome.
season.
Now, I know you're a senior. So does your running career end here, or do you have any plans for after college, maybe?
I don't know. I guess like we'll see how the times go this year. But actually, I have an internship in London that I'll be doing.
Oh, wow.
So I'm leaving kind of middle of July, and I'll be in London for a while.
Do you think you'll keep training up in London?
You know, I say I won't be running when I end, but I feel like I'm going to. I can't help it.
I know what that's like. Now, I know you're a part of you're a little bit of a journalist yourself. Tell us a little bit about that on KU Track.
Yeah, so I have a segment. It's called Keeping Pace with Nicole Montgomery. And it kind of started out as a joke before it, people saying, oh, you should have your own segment. And I kind of agreed to it, not thinking it would actually be a thing. And now I actually really enjoy it. And it's really cool getting to know like my fellow athletes and fellow teammates more.
You know, why don't we flip the switch and kind of try a little bit of that today?
Oh!
So Keeping Pace with Nicole Montgomery on Good Evening KU. So, Nicole, I've got a few questions for you today.
Okay, I'm ready.
Mountains or beach?
Beach.
Beach for sure? All right.
For sure.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes, chocolate chip pancakes.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
That one's easy. Batman or Superman?
Superman, he's way hotter.
Way hotter. All right, strawberries or bananas?
Strawberries.
Wait, these are all so fast. Oh, last one. I know we're an Adidas school at KU, but you're not held to anything by answering this. So Adidas or Nike?
Adidas, 100%.
Okay. Three-stripe life. I feel you. Well, I think that's all we have for you today. Do you have anything else to add before we wrap up?
Yes, actually tune in Friday and Saturday and watch your fellow Jayhawks compete at Indoor Nationals. It'll be on ESPN. I'm not sure what channel, but if you go to KU Twitter, KU Track Twitter, we'll be sure to have it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming in, Nicole.
Thank you for
having
having
me. And next up,
me.
we have news.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Keegan.
And I'm Grace. This is your Monday and Good Evening KU News Update.
We may only be 2 weeks away from spring, but Mother Nature isn't going out quietly. The latest winter storm brought snow and frigid cold temperatures from California to New England, with Kansas right in the middle. Between 2 to 4 inches of snow fell in Lawrence overnight on Saturday, and it's not going to melt anytime soon, as temperatures are not supposed to get above freezing until later in the week.
The storm was worse in the Deep South, as the tornado killed 23 people in Burgard, Alabama. Winds up to 136 miles per hour struck the town of 1,000 people near the Georgia border. It was one of the deadliest day of tornadoes in the U.S. in nearly 6 years.
A fire at Jack Stack Barbecue's Country Club Plaza location in Kansas City forced the famous restaurant to close over the weekend. The restaurant said in a Facebook statement that no one was hurt, but the restaurant was not open for dinner Saturday night at the plaza.
Another restaurant in Lawrence also shut down for the day, but for a very different reason. City health inspectors found cockroaches in Free State Brewery on Mass Street and shut down the popular restaurant until the problem was corrected. Exterminators were called and the problem was taken care of. Free State was open for business over the weekend.
In sports, the top 3 teams in the Big 12 all won on Saturday. So with just 2 games remaining, KU still trails Kansas State and Texas Tech by 1 game. The Jayhawks survived a scare from Oklahoma State to keep alive their hopes of the 15th straight conference title. KU will play Oklahoma tomorrow before closing out the regular season at home against Baylor.
The swimming and diving team finished in second place at this weekend's Big 12 Conference Championships, although only 5 schools have women swimming. The Jayhawks scored the most points they've ever had in the history of the Big 12. Freshman Kate Stewart won a conference championship and broke a KU school record in the 200-yard breaststroke with a time of 2:11.98.
And that will wrap it up for today's news update. Please keep watching, and Caitlin will be here with the weather after the break.
Have a nice day. You too. Have a great day. Thanks. You too.
Make someone's day. Pay it forward.
All right, welcome back. I am Kaylin here for your Good Evening KU weather update. And we've been talking a lot about the cold temperatures that we've been seeing here in Lawrence, but a cool little fact for you is right now across the country, there are actually, in all 50 states, we could see freezing temperatures. Even in Hawaii and Florida, places like that, we could see freezing temperatures tonight. So any temperatures below 32 degrees, there will be every state in the United States that has freezing temperatures. So just kind of a cool little tidbit of info there for you. So it's going to be another cold one tonight. And right now we are already seeing cold temperatures, but it's going to be another brutally cold night tonight. So going into the night, we will at least have clear skies, sun setting a little bit after 6. Temperatures in the mid-teens, dropping down close to 11 degrees. A bit of a breeze out of the west, but nothing too bad. And like I said before, it's going to be a pretty brutally cold night tonight. A low of 8 degrees tonight, still pretty clear skies, but wind chills of -10 to -5 degrees are possible. So those are pretty dangerous wind chills right now, but it's nothing that the National Weather Service has issued any kind of advisory for. So while it is good to be aware about it, it's not anything that's too bad. And the wind will be out of the west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Not a chance of precipitation tonight, so there's at least that. Now, going into tomorrow, the temperature will warm up just a little bit, at least warmer than what we've been seeing today and yesterday, but it's still going to be pretty cold. High of 27, still mostly sunny, a little bit of clouds here and there. The wind will be a little bit breezier tomorrow, wind out of the northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Again, no chance for precipitation. But some good news is that we will at least see a bit of a warm up going later into this week, going into next week. So as we go into the later parts of this week, then we will see temperatures warming up into the lower 40s to mid 40s. Around Friday, we could see temperatures of 45 degrees, partly cloudy skies, but on Saturday, we could actually see a few rain showers developing, maybe even some thunderstorms. And that's actually going to be the warmest day out of the entire week at 52 degrees. Temperatures are still going to be pretty low during the night, but we are actually going to see low temperatures during the night that are the same as the high temperatures that we've been seeing today and yesterday, the past couple of days. So that's kind of crazy. But going into next week, around spring break, we will see these temperatures kind of stay in the lower to mid 40s. This is a warming trend that we are expecting to stick around. We are not expecting another cold blast like what we are seeing right now. So as we go into spring break, we could see temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. So hopefully winter is gone and away and we are finally seeing spring kind of coming into our weather forecast. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. This has been your Good Evening KU weather update, and we will see you. We won't see you next week, actually, because next week is spring break, so we won't be joining you for a couple of weeks. So we will see you in 2 weeks.